Okay. Okay, that should have restarted that stream. So, let me just copy and paste everything. Just gotta set everything up, so give me a moment. I just need to fix everything, make sure that it's working. Okay, boom, there we go, hypersonify. Let me go back to when I did my last level request, which was ages ago. Okay. Let me... Oh, crap, I don't want that. No, that's for the description. I'm gonna put something in the title. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna try something a little different. This time it's gonna be a little bit more... Hold on, wait. I'm doing experience gameplay creator rates your levels. Maybe that'll attract some new people, because I know that level request is a bit different. I'm gonna try that. Okay. Try that. You saw my past stream, I sounded so young. Yeah, my voice did not, like, get deeper up until, like, not, like, a bit ago. Alright, let me just download this one moment, because, Personify, what's the artist name and song name, just so that way I can enter it, with, like, actual information? What's the artist name and the song name exactly? Song name is Necozilla. Who's the artist? Different Heaven. Ah, it's Different Heaven. I like them. Different Heaven. Hi, Zabor. Alright, there we go. John gameplay. Alright. Everything should be good. Let me just... Yeah, everything seems like it's decent. Okay, let me transition to my actual thing, but let me just... This. Boom. There we go. Description, now it says, read description. Hi, Hydraniac. Alright. I'm just spicing up the title a bit. There we go. Alright. Hi, Waffle Old. Welcome to the stream. Aren't I forgetting something? Which I forget. Am I forgetting what? Oh. Never mind. Okay. Alright, description should be set. Oh, yeah, hold on. Wait. I need to create an invite and put that in the description because the invite in the description is very outdated. Let me just do that very quickly, and then... this. Boom. There we go. Try to send, like, only a few levels at a time. I don't want to have. Hold on, wait. Actually, wait. Let me see if I can go into Loquibot and change that if that's a setting. Let me see if I can do this. One moment. I actually want to see. Can I make it so that way there's let me see. Let's see. I want to see if there's a way that I can make it. Aha! I'm gonna do this. How long a user must wait before requesting another level? I'm gonna do. What do you think I should do, guys? Before a cooldown, should I do like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? What should I do? Because I don't want to have it be like 1 minute because I feel like that's too much, and especially since I'm gonna be feedbacking it, I feel like I'm just gonna do 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, that'd be 300 seconds. Alright. Let me do that. How many levels someone can send in a row? I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do, actually, I think that's what that does? Yeah. Okay, let me, this is great, actually. Let me just do that. Oh, hold on, wait. Alright, it seems like it's going good now. Seems like it's working. The queue is full? Hold on a minute. What do you mean the queue is full? What? Hold on. The queue should not be full. I don't want a maximum queue size. Piss off. There we go. Aha, that's what it is. Maximum amount of levels someone can have in the queue at a time. I want only 2 at a time. Only 2 levels in the queue at a time. That's what I want. There we go. Hopefully that does the thing that I want. Hopefully that does it. Okay. So now you can only have, I think, 2 in the queue at a time? I think that should be it. I think that should be it. Wait, Hydraniac, try to send a level. Let me just, I'm just trying to make sure that this is working. Send a ID again. Just try. It should allow you to. Just try. Because it didn't go through the first time. Hopefully that works. Let me check the queue. It's not saying that it's in there. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's working. I think it's good. Alright. Alright, so first level right now, it's gonna be requested by requested by Personify. I see the message. I'm not gonna pin it. I'm not gonna pin that, but there's that. Alright. I'm gonna make it so that way there's like you can't do the cute like the little request things like constantly. I want to make it so that way you can't really hold on, wait. Delete the chat message if someone sends a level that's already in the queue. Okay, that's good. I want that. I'm gonna do that. There we go. That should be... Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're going to be starting this off with Personify's thing. Hold on, no, actually, I'm going to do this. We're going to be starting this off with... That is not what I want. What the... Huh? No, I have the... There we go. Alright. So we're going to be starting off with, let me make sure, is the music playing? Music is being picked up, I think. Yes, it is. Music is being picked up. Okay, so we are going to be starting with Personify's level. This uses the song Nekozilla by Different Heaven. And I've seen that he's sent this multiple times in the... Also, please do not spam to see the list. Please do not spam. Please do not spam seeing the list. Actually, hold on, wait. I'm gonna make it so that way... Hold on, wait. I'm gonna make it so that way you can't... Hold on. I'm gonna make it so that way you can't... I never mentioned you by name, Obed. I was just saying, hold on. Let me see if there's a way I can make it so that way you can't, that only, like, certain people can, yeah, whatever. I can't figure out how to make that go, but whatever. All right, let's begin. That's a bit... Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, that's a late timing. Okay, wait, this is difficult. One sec. Some of the patterns feel a bit off, I will say. It feels like it could go... It feels like you would need to click there, but it doesn't... But you don't. I will say that. I would keep up that pattern that you do right here. I would keep that pattern going, the click pattern going. I would keep that going, personally. The, like, two clicks, and then 3 clicks, and then 2 clicks. I would keep that pattern going. It feels a bit inconsistent in terms of the pattern. Structuring's alright, it's nothing too special, but it's still good. It's definitely decoratable. When it's a level like this, I can't really criticize too much the note representation when it's a level like this, because this is definitely targeted towards being way more decoration focused. But my main criticism at the beginning, you were doing a click pattern that was like boom, 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 or boom, 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 like that. You're doing a click pattern like that. You started it a little bit, but then you didn't really continue using it throughout. I definitely think you could have continued that click pattern throughout that part. But some of the pattern just didn't really match up that well, and it felt a little bit off. Can you send another? You can send another level. It should allow you to. It should allow you to. Just try to send it. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't go through or not. Also, hi Legacy, welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh. Oh wait. That gap feels way tighter than the rest of everything. I'm gonna be totally honest. Also, another thing, a piece of feedback that I would give, try not to do ground gameplay for, an extended... Okay, we did not need to know that. What I would say is try not to do ground gameplay like this, because it doesn't really leave much room for the icon to go, except for up. The click pattern in the spider work... Okay, stop. Tragical... Stop. We do not need to know that. Alright. This is fairly difficult. The balancing seems fine, though. Oh. I definitely think there could have been a little bit more click sync in this. It's still solid, though. I definitely think this could have been a bit more click pattern focused. Okay, duel. Personally, I'm not a fan of when there's buffers like that. It feels very Okay. Oh, I forgot that we're in a duel. I definitely think this could be a bit more click pattern focused, but this is still decent. I can definitely tell. Oh, that's a kind of mean jump, I will say. That's kind of inconsistent. That's kind of an inconsistent. Is this even? That is a very inconsistent jump at the end there, I will say. But yeah, this is pretty solid so far. I could definitely tell it's way more decoration focused or catered towards being like a decorate level rather than really going all out with the gameplay, but it's still really good. It's consistent. Balancing seems pretty good, apart from a few inconsistencies. Pretty good. You've been procrastinating for some collab called Cryolite. The host is gonna send hitmen to your location. You might want to hurry and get that. Alright, let's go next one. This one is first level by... I've played this. I'm gonna be playing that. Hello, the Muslim treasure. Welcome to the stream. Alright, next one. The Graveyard Preview 2 by Zabor. See what we got so far. Oh! Okay, this is some pretty neat structuring, actually. I'm guessing this is... I can't tell if this is, like, more challenge-focused. This structuring is kind of cool. I like how broken apart it feels. Okay, that's kind of mean. I couldn't really tell that there's a saw there. It's really hard to tell that the saw is right there. This is really difficult, actually. Is this supposed to be a, what is it, Zabor? Is this supposed to be a challenge, or is this, like, an actual level? Oh, because it kind of reminds me of that one challenge you sent me that one time. Ah, jeez, this is actually really difficult. Hold on, I'm gonna have to speed act this part. I'm gonna have to speed act this. That is a really difficult timing. That feels a bit out of place. It feels a bit out of place compared to the rest because you didn't really use that anywhere else. And also, I don't really know what the point of that is, because it doesn't add that much difficulty. It kind of just feels out of place. But it's pretty good for a challenge, actually. I'm guessing that's a challenge. Yeah, pretty good so far. The structuring was really neat. One thing I will say is that some of the spikes or whatever were a little bit hard to see. But other than that, this is pretty decent. It's a challenge, so I can't really go too crazy against it, but whatever. Alright, next one. Requested by Fruit Bowl, unnamed 15. Let's see what we got. Really? Alright, requested by the Waffle Alt. This is Rainbow Part by LG Noob. I have no clue if this is this song really feels like it's a what is it? Like it's like a replacement song for a Nong or something? Oh. I don't know. Why am I dying there? I don't know why I was dying there. One thing I will say, I'm guessing this is why am I dying? Hold on. Why am I dying? What? Why am I dying? Okay, that's really weird. I would definitely fix that. And I'm guessing you decorated this, but since I don't really know decoration, I'm mainly gonna give feedback on the gameplay here. One thing I would recommend against doing is doing a straight fly for an extended period of time like this. I get that you're using the teleport portals here, but, it still doesn't really look that great when straight fly is just, that. And another thing is that it feels kind of stale. How do you remove a level? I can remove it. Which ID was it that you wanted, that you, added, that you want removed? Because I can just remove that for you. I'm guessing it's the unnamed 31. I can remove that one. There we go. Alright, I removed it. Try to submit another one again. There's a second start pause. Okay. I'm guessing there's a... For your second part, okay. Another thing, when you do 2 parts, I would recommend not having them be in the same level. Like this, I would recommend making them be separate like this. Yeah. Another thing, hold on, I'll see what feedback I can give to this, even though it's like decoration, I'm not that great at it. I'll say it feels a bit static, that there's not really any crazy details. This structure right here looks kind of odd. You could have done, because here, I'll show you what I usually do when I do structures. I'll do something like this. I'll do something like that. When I do structures usually. I would try not to do something like this when it's like I would try to stay away from doing something like that because it's kind of hard to make that look good. But yeah. Other than that, I can't really give much feedback to this because it's mostly decoration oriented, and also I still need to set a start position, so I'll just enable this one. I'll see what feedback I can give for the gameplay. That doesn't really give you much time to react at all. I would make it so that way the spikes flash a bit earlier. Also, that is a mean timing. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I need to speed like this. That is absurdly mean. And you could barely even see the spike there too. I would not do a gap like that. That gap is incredibly rude and annoying. Oh, and then there's invisible... Like, you can barely even see the spikes. I would not do that. Try to make it so that way the hitboxes make sense. That is a very blind transition. That gives very little time to react. The balancing is really odd. I don't understand what the movement of the structure is there for. It doesn't really do much. Other than just kind of be... A lot of these timings are really unfair and awkward. And this gameplay is not very good. There's not really any sync, and the decoration makes it really hard to understand what's going on. Like that, because the spikes are kind of flashing in and out, and that's just not really good. Yeah, it's inspired by Bloodlust, yeah. Personally, I think that a lot of those movements were very unnecessary, and some of the those transitions were also kind of rude, and also, why is it... Excuse me? I was here. Okay. Alright, whatever. Okay, next one, we have Eon Ending, but by Obed. So we got... Good use of the icon being in the air now. That timing is a lot more difficult compared to the rest. One thing I will say is that when you're doing something like Eon or something simplistic like this, I would recommend not using moving objects, because when it's a very, very simple style like this, it's best to stay away from actually having the moving objects, because when it's a simple style like this, you want it to be really simple, and moving objects kind of add like some motion and just energy to it that doesn't really match. Especially right there with that club step monster. It's a little bit weird, but I can't really give too much feedback to this because this is a really short part. I'm guessing this was I'm guessing this is wishing luck to someone who's actually going for Eon. Also, this ending is way too long. Oh, brother, that's why. Heh. But... I didn't read the message, sorry. I completely, like, looked over that. This is pretty... But, yeah, I got the gist of it. The main gist of it. I don't remember the full thing, but... This started off pretty good. I will say some of the moving objects feel a little bit odd, and they don't really fit. But, yeah. Alright. Next one. Reflections requested by Hydraniac. Alright, let's see this one. Mint Phantom. Alright. So, apparently, he has a part in this. Let's see. This is very good so far. This is difficult too. That click pattern's a little weird. That's kind of weird. I'm not the biggest fan of that pattern right there. It fits though. Oh, that's not intended. It started off pretty strong. The gameplay feels a bit wacky right now. Some of these duels are a bit odd, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, this is a little weird. Like, this is a very buggy duel. Not the biggest fan of this. That's kind of cool. Ah! It's got a little better. Some of these duels feel a bit unnecessary, I will say. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, actually. I like this. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here, aren't I? I'm doing something wrong here. And also, it's getting hot. Why is my fan on, like, the lowest setting? There we go. I don't know why my fan was, like, on the lowest. You let me to run a call by yourself? Dude, you weren't talking for, like... forever. Okay, I finally got it, I think. Nice part, although I do think it definitely could use a bit of playtesting because it's kind of confusing. Is this right side up? I can't tell. Okay, Oh, that's a pink pad in there. Yeah, this has so much potential to actually be good, but this is very, like, not play tested. And also, this part's good, but some of the, like, adjustments are hard to see. Like, these blocks right there, that kind of threw me off. It's hard to see that. And also, just the pads inside the portals, they don't have the particles on them. So that just kind of makes it really hard to tell that they're there. The structuring is very nice. It's just very confusing because it feels like it's throwing in way too many gimmicks all at once. Shadow, you know you can just put your level in the feed. You just send the ID. Please stop. No brain rot. Thank you. 1 minute timeout because brain rot. It feels like this level is throwing in way too much at a time. Like, it's trying to establish like way too many little gimmicky things, like the whole dash orb here, like using that dash orb kind of thing. And also, nothing wrong with your part. Your part was really solid, Hydra, but it just felt kind of weird that it randomly threw in like that toggle orb thing. The star level was extremely solid. Oh boy. This part's cool. This part's kind of cool. Although I'm not the biggest fan of these random dual portals. I think they're a bit unnecessary. This looks very fun. It's just really odd to learn, I'm guessing. This is really good, though. This part's kind of neat. Hold on. It's difficult. What the fuck? Oh, you hit that late. I feel like it's changing game mode a bit too much. Also, I kind of game that spider part. Also, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of when levels make it so that way you have to get a certain thing, otherwise you can't complete the part. It just feels like it's a lazy way to force the difficulty. But this part's fun. This part's actually kind of fun. Oh, this part's good. What? Oh, this part's... Wait, hold on. This part's good. This structuring is nice. Hold on. So far, my personal favorite parts are this and the first part, because this one... The structuring in this is pretty nice. It doesn't feel as cramped and cluttered. Yeah, this structuring is pretty nice. That's kind of a mean timing, but it's not like bad or anything. What? Wait, what? Am I missing the portal? Your IDs just don't go through? That's weird. I don't know. Asteria. Good part. That is a... Is this the last click? That's so rude. I think this is like one of the last clicks. That is so mean. Why? Why would you do this? That's really good. That's very, very good. Just, I wish it was a little bit... I wish it was playtested a bit more. It was really awkward to... It's really awkward to play. But this was really good. GG on the finishing of this level. Alright, next one, Nightmare. This one is by Obed. Layout level with the Nightmare music. Please rethink some of these orb placements. Okay, that's something to give you one. Hi, Fruitbowl. Alright. That looked a little bit awkward. Some of those orb placements, yeah, I can agree. Some of that looked a little awkward. Trying something different, I can see. And moving objects. Personally, I feel like you should... One thing that I would say is that I gave feedback to somebody else. I just didn't even... Put it with commas. Put it with commas. Try putting it with... Yeah, what Tragical said. Try putting it with commas. Do like 125, comma, 365, comma. Just do it with commas. Shadow. Sometimes you actually have to put... Okay, Shadow, don't... Dude, just put it with commas. It's not that hard. There's a bit of a flip pattern there. This is definitely better than some of this other stuff we had. Some of the orb placements look a little bit weird. Personally, for the... Oh, that's kind of mean. Personally, for this part, I wouldn't sync to the main melody in the background. I would sync it to, like, the beats. Like, the beats and, like, the drums or whatever they are. That's what I would sync it to. Another thing that I would also recommend is that I think one thing that is definitely hindering you from getting a little bit better is the moving objects that you're using, because it feels like you're spending a bit more time on just using those moving objects. I would try to make it so that way you can make a part look a bit more interesting without the moving objects. I think that's something good to try. I told someone recently that they were doing too much in their gameplay, and because they would change their gameplay a lot. They change game mode a lot in their gameplay, and I told him to try and not use game mode changes nearly as much, and he stopped using the game mode changes as much, and immediately I noticed some improvement. So I would try using a little bit less of the moving objects, and I'll try to make it look a little more interesting, because I'm noticing when you're using the moving objects, they tend to consist to either a club step monster or like a single pillar. I would try to make the structuring look not like for I'm losing my train of thought. Great, but you get the point. You get the point. But still good. The gameplay is definitely better than some of the other ones you've sent before. You're definitely getting a lot better with like the speed of matching the song. So, right, Take Flight by Chuck LZ, biggest project to date. People are saying to rate this, so let's see what we got. Immediately this should be rated. Immediately this needs a rate. This is cool. This needs a rate. I'm sorry. Why is this not rated? Why is this not rated? I wouldn't say epic tragical, but this definitely deserves a rate, nonetheless. I wouldn't say epic, this deserves a rate, though. But that's a little weird, but whatever. This UFO part's fun. One thing I would recommend doing is taking the orbs and I'd layer them over the portals rather than the portal being layered over the orbs. It makes it a lot more noticeable that the orb is there, and it gives the player a little more reaction time. I would recommend layering the orbs over the portals. Okay, this one's part cool. Oh. This deserves a rate. This should be rated. You counted the level that you requested that got denied? Oh, what? Hold on. I'm gonna lower the cooldown. One moment. Let me just lower the cooldown, because that's a bit much, I'd say. Let me do 180 would be what, 3 minutes? I'm gonna do 150, I think. I'll do 150. Sorry, it's 2.5 minutes. There we go. I'll do 2.5. I have it lowered there. All right. Well, this is really solid. This actually needs to, I'm going to favorite this, and I'm going to send this to a few people that I know, and maybe some of the level res streamers that I talk to, so that way they can maybe get this a little more popular and send this to like a mod or something, because this definitely needs a rate. This 100% needs a rate. So, why did I hit play again? I'm stupid. Alright. Next one, a friction layout requested by Panther. Panthering. Finish up your old 9 circles layout based on a wave challenge you uploaded 7 years ago. Try to rebalance, but still pretty difficult. Alright, let's see what you got here. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Oh, don't jump there. Okay, good fake. Yeah, you do. Wait, no, you don't. Okay. Good fakes. Good fakes here, actually. That's a bit mean. I would not recommend doing this. When doing a fake like this, I would make it so that way it's a little bit the opacity is a little bit less. And also another thing is that I'm noticing you're using not the actual, like, you're not using the actual lines, but rather I think you're using the 3D lines. I would just honestly take these normal blocks and I would just enable no touch and then lower the opacity on them. I would just do that because that would make it a lot easier to tell that it's actually a fake. But then again, this is a fake part. I would just make it so it's a little bit easier to tell that it is a fake. Right, like maybe color code it a bit. Get that late. Okay, that's good. Okay. This structuring is kind of cool. I like how it's, do you go through that? Yeah, you do. I like the differing structure here. How it went from these standard slope structures, and then it threw in something different. I like that a lot. I like when levels take something, that they've already built upon. Like, Night Circle's already built off of these slope structures, but I like how you took that and kind of advanced upon it, adding a little bit of variation there. One thing I will say is that it feels a bit weird how you apply some of these fakes. For example, like just using like the invisible stuff. That feels a bit weird, I will say. I would recommend not doing that. Oh, okay. What is this timing? What do you even do with this timing? Do you no? What do you do here? I'm actually lost. Is this like a? That is a okay. That's just a weird timing, I guess. Maybe it was just a bad checkpoint. Alright. The sync is okay. That's a bit weird. I honestly think this doesn't fit. It would make a lot more sense if you already established these sort of orbs before, but now you haven't established this ever. You just kind of threw it in there, and it just makes the level feel a lot less coherent. So far this is still pretty good, but also, another thing I'm noticing is that you're differing up a lot of these structures. You're using a lot of different structures. You were doing like the normal like slope structures with like the grid, and then you started doing these structures and these that are like a lot darker and simple gradient or whatever, and then you were throwing in like invisible stuff. It feels kind of inconsistent. That's cool. I like the structuring in that one. Alright. No, don't tell. No. Okay, I was scared for a moment. I thought I died to a bullcrap hitbox. No, it wasn't. One thing I would recommend a lot more is that I noticed this a lot in 9 Circles levels, is that you don't really tend to change the grade. Okay, that's kind of cool. Still a bit weird. I would definitely make it a bit more. Oh, we have to use that key. I have no clue how to use that key. Another good thing of introducing like a different type of structure. Oh. I like how you're varying it up with the structures here. I like that a lot. I like the varying structures a lot. I really like when levels do that. It makes it look a lot nicer. Allows it to have more variation in it. This would hit so much harder with more speed change usage. Yeah, this song really requires like more speed changes in my opinion. I would definitely, it feels a bit stale because there's not really many speed changes. I would definitely take some inspiration from something like, what is it? Okay, so I'm gonna mention Silent Circles, but I'm not mentioning the recent one from Cherry Team that was actually like the very recent one. I'm talking about, I think it's Silent Circles Infinity. It's an outdated collab that Cherry Team was making. I would take inspiration from the outdated one because the new one is garbage. They replaced really good gameplay with really bad gameplay. And I'm really mad about that. But, I think Silent Circles Infinity, the cancel collab from Cherry Team, is so good. I don't know why they scrapped the majority of it, because it's actually some of the best gameplay I've seen in a 9 Circles level, and if that got fully finished, that would genuinely be one of my favorite levels in the game, because I'm a big fan of silent circles. Okay, good. There's a game mode change. That's something that I think 9 circles level could do a lot more. More structure variation. I will say this, the variation in structures feels very weird. I like how you're varying it up a bit, but it feels like you're using way too many different, like, styles of structures. And right there, those dash orbs don't really fit, because you never really used any fake orbs. You never really used any fake orbs in the previous... you never used any, fake orbs in the previous wave parts. I feel like it would actually make a lot more sense if you used it more. This structuring is kind of cool, but main criticism is that you're using a lot of the, you're using way too many... I like the idea of adding a lot of variation into the structures, but it feels like you're using way too many per part, so it kind of feels a bit cluttered. I'll show you what I mean by pulling up an example of something I was making for fun when structuring. I'll pull that up after, so I can show you what I mean. This part's kind of cool. Hold on. Okay, you go up here. Good fake up there. Looks like you actually have to go up there. This is also really unbalanced. Okay, good fake there, I think. Oh, you have to get the key. I think you have to get the key. I think you have to get that key. Is that what you have to do? I'm guessing that's what you have to do. Yeah. I feel like that's a bit... I honestly don't like that, because you never really introduced previously that you get a key to actually enable like a teleport portal, so that feels kind of out of place. A lot of my problems with this are just consistency and coherency with the ideas that you introduce. You have the right ideas. You have all the right ideas, and they can work really well, but it feels like you're just doing way too much. That's all. Okay, I actually kind of like that. I like that. That looks like a solid structure, but you actually jump through it. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot, actually. But yeah, there's just way too many different blocks and ideas, so it feels a lot less coherent. But this is really solid nonetheless. I would just focus on making it consistent with the ideas and things that you build off of. This has a lot of potential to actually be really, really good, but it's a bit overshadowed by the randomness of it. Are you supposed to actually hit all these toggle orbs? I feel like you are. No, they just kill you. Pretty good. Alright, so what my main criticism, as I repeated before, is that you're using a lot of varying blocks, and it feels very, very inconsistent. I'll pull up something that I started structuring some random guy's thing for fun because I was, is your thing just not going through? Try doing, instead of just request, just type the ID, because it doesn't, you don't need to type the request. You only need to do that for, like, an unlisted level. So, an example that I'm going to give is that initially when I started structuring this, it used a lot of blocks. Here, I'll show you the block palette that it used, or at least the style at which it used. It used this, it used this, it used this, and it was using like blocks like these, like these, like these, and it just felt really out of place because it was using them pretty inconsistently. Like he was using structures that did something like this. Like that. Like, that's just incredibly inconsistent, and it just feels like you're just throwing in random blocks just because you can. But when I started structuring this part, I'll show you what I did here, just to add a bit of coherency to it. This is what I did, how I structured it. So that's, if that idea, okay, I'll manually put that one in the chat. 9 circles, your layouts over the years have used varying structuring, so that's what you've always done. You can see how it looked jarring. Yeah, absolutely. I would, when doing, here, I'm gonna bring this up. I know I'm dragging it. I know I'm dragging it, but I'm gonna drag this to the ends of the earth because this is my best level. So, varying structuring. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So, you can see that throughout this first drop, I use a lot of these line structures for this. But then when it gets to the drop, I kind of build off of that. And I add in more of this kind of structure here. And it kind of advances upon that. And then, for this, and then over here, you'll notice that I change up the structuring style for this Blizzard section. I use a lot of the, this color scheme. I use, like, this kind of grid pattern and the solid black blocks with white lines. But, also, I kind of use this a bit more. But then you'll notice that for this part, it's still really intense. But then the song kind of changes up here. And you'll notice that I changed the structuring for it. And then once it starts to transition back into the part that it was similar to before, I used the same structuring before. You kind of want to have it makes sense. Like, if something changes in the song, you want to reflect that in your level. But yeah, enough yapping. I'm going to get back to the levels. Anyways. But this was pretty solid. I actually like this a lot. Has a lot of good ideas. Alright, next one by Zitrio, Serial Transport. This has 800 entry for audiovisual samplings, you see. Why is this not rated? Why is this not rated? This is really good. The sync's good. It's not like anything crazy like note rap or whatever, but I mean it's a. Oh, that was kind of cool. Wait. Let me. I want to see that again. Hold on. Wait, hold on. The icon trail changed colors. That was kind of cool. This is sick. Why is this not rated? This is really cool. Oh. Why is this not rated, man? Come on. Are we serious? Ooh. I like the atmosphere in this. This is really good. It's a very chill atmosphere. I like it. I love simplistic decoration styles like this that are like very atmospheric. I really love when it looks like this. The sync's pretty good. Why is this not rated? Like, dude, this is getting robbed over here. What the fuck? Okay, absolutely based here. Absolutely based. Using Well-Rested, Congregation, Blue Sky, and Comatose as inspirations. Wow. Amazing choices for levels. Actually amazing. Why is this not rated? Actually, I'm favoriting this. That's actually so fire. Also, hi Nefidex, welcome to the stream. Also, I haven't welcomed like anybody to the stream, but those who I just have not mentioned, welcome to the stream. If you're new, subscribe, please. I'm trying to do streams a bit more often. I just stopped streaming because I got busy with college and adjusting to schedules and all that. But I'm going to try and stream a bit more often now. But yeah, this is really good. I actually really like that. I'm actually going to, when I start decorating, which I'm going to do that soon, I'm planning to decorate one of my souls that I'm working on. I want to at least try to decorate it. It's not going to be good, but whatever. I'm going to use this as reference. That's actually really nice. I like that a lot. All right, next one. Workin' Porgus. All right. Cool stuff, but tricky. For her gameplay. All right, so it seems like a decently trusted level. Pushed by the Muslim treasurer. All right. So we got Hi Poorly Moth. All right. This is cool. I will say that I would not. One thing I am noticing is that the blocks have glow enabled automatically. I would disable that. There's also a bit of areas where it could use some air decoration, but this is still really good. That transition's incredibly. No, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Like, right here, like down here feels kind of empty. I would add some air decoration there. Keep in mind, I'm not a decorator. I just notice when something looks empty, but I can't give, like, actual feedback on, like, the decoration, like, any in-depth feedback. I can say, like, if a color scheme doesn't look that good, but I won't be able to really justify why it is, because I don't really decorate. I just associate with a lot of really talented decorators. One of my friends is insane at decoration. This is good. I think it could just use a little bit more air decoration or things to fill it in, so it feels a little less empty, but this has a lot of... This is really close to being able to be rate-worthy. Like, this is pretty close to it. Oh, I'm guessing it's unfinished still, though. Okay, well, it's unfinished then, I guess. Lokibot isn't taking your requests? Are you sure you type... Okay, are you sure... Make sure, what is it? I'm guessing you uploaded it unlisted. If you're gonna upload it unlisted, don't put it as, like, friends only or anything like that. In fact, I would just upload it normally. Also, hold on, let me... Oh, wait. Does it have that... Yeah, length. I have XLs disabled because I'm spending a lot of time on relatively short levels talking about it. So, go HOAVC. Okay, I'll go in there. Alright. Hi, Paladin. Okay, let me make sure that I have my Discord on. Okay, Discord's picking up. Okay, alright. It's not unlisted, it's XL. I also have platformers disabled because I feel as though I'm not able to give actual feedback on platformers because I don't make them. It's a completely different style. Not just the fact that it's what is it? It's... losing my train of thought. Not just the fact that I can't really give feedback on platformers, but also because I am horrible at platformers. If it's a rhythm game that takes any, like, it's a miracle I can play Geometry Dash. I'm not good at rhythm games. If you were like, hey, here's a rhythm game, here's 2 inputs. That's 1 input too many. I can't do multiple inputs on rhythm games. I'm not good at it. Also, that's a bit mean, right here. It would make a lot more sense if you... I know you have to jump on the indicator. It would make a lot more sense if there was a spike that flashes here instead of right here, because it kind of makes you expect that there's not going to be something right there, but there is a spike there. That just kind of gives you not much time to react. But this is unfinished, so a lot of the criticism that I had with, like, it being empty in some areas don't really work. I would not do a dual wave like that. Personally, I would not do a dual wave like that. I would keep it simple wave, but just not like the Arcturus kind of, like the same gravity wave. I would not do that. And also, because when you have a dual wave like this and they're that far apart, it doesn't really give you that much room to move the icons or up and down. So it just feels very, very repetitive and, like, I think the word's linear when the icon is just kind of going in a straight line. But this is still really solid so far. You can see that it's still not done yet. But yeah, that's pretty good. Looking forward to seeing how that's going along. Alright, next level. Requested by... Oh, another CC. Another creator contest thing. Alright, let's see what we got here, because I've noticed that every time someone submitted a creator contest level, it's rate-worthy. Yeah, okay, man. Dude's giving me the PowerPoint presentation. I am in love. I love this. I love this style so much. What do you do here? What? I'm confused. What? What do you do?
Phasmophobia right now. I got the Ojo.
Wait, what do you? Oh, do you hold? Oh, that's a bit weird. I think that doesn't really fit well. This deco style is awesome. That's cool though. It syncs nice. I'd say the only thing that I'm not a fan of is that whole gimmick. Sync is good. Yeah, why am I getting like tons of... Okay, wait. Wait, the spider game plays fire? Wait, the spider gameplay's fire. Wait, that spider gameplay's actually heat. What? Why is this not rated? Stop requesting such bigger levels! I want to get feedback! I can't get feedback on something this good! Do you fall there? Wait, what? Oh, you just fall. Okay. Are you sick? Oh, you think you've seen this in the creator's chat? Oh, this is nice. This is awesome! What? I'm favoriting this one too. Why is this not rated? Do that. If it's XL or platformer, I have that disabled. I put that in the description. I put that in the description. It's Zim Gaming. You remember them? Nice. That's so good, actually. Alright, Staring Death, requested by Congronamics. See what we got here. Just a preview, not finished? Alright, see what we got. That's a bit blind. Also, when doing pads or things like that, I would not recommend having them be a little off-grid like that. It doesn't really look that good. It also just looks kind of odd that the pad's just kind of floating there. Okay, I see what you do here. Do you jump, or what? Oh, you jump, okay. This is a bit awkward. Oh. But it's unfinished. Whatever. Stop using the slow physics! It's a little awkward. I can't really judge too much because it's very short, but one thing I will say, try to keep the structuring, like, usually I tend to stay away from having all of my structures all be like really connected down, like far down, because then it starts to look kind of awkward. I try to vary it up a bit, like what I previously showed. It was a mix between a lot of grounded structures, but also floating structures. I would just kind of try to do that a bit more. It's a bit awkward, but I can't really judge too much. All right, we have Zabor's level. It's just D. It's over deaths with lyrics. What?
Driving.
It's this song. Oh no.
In my car.
Why?
Driving in my car.
Why?
In my car. In my car. Right after a beer. Hey, that bomb is shaped. Bomb is shaped like bomb is.
Why?
Shaped like a.
Why?
Shaped like a deer. Shaped like a deer.
What the? Why is it decorated? Why is it decorated? Why is it decorated? What is this balancing? Why did it turn into fucking Sycopan circles? What is this balancing? What the What the This is the most shitposty level I've ever seen. What the fuck is this? What is this? Why? What? You missed a lot, Obed. I'm getting some banger levels. Why? That I will say some of these orb placements or inputs are kind of awkward. I'm guessing this is just a super shitposty level though. But like, dude, this green orb is incredibly awkward. That is an incredibly awkward green orb. This is pretty awkward, I will say. Why is it decorated? Why? Why? Some of these inputs feel a bit awkward, like.
Here's to my right, mirror in my left hand, leaving my 7.
Why? Pack it up. Nothing's beating this. True. It's peak. Alright, we have another Obed level. Let's see what we got. Missing 53 seconds. Alright. Wait, what? The heck was the start? Oh. Alright. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the background switching there. That's pretty cool. One thing I think you do a bit too much, I think you should try to mix it up a bit more. You use the moving objects like way too... What? Wait, did I just... Is there... Okay, there's no indication of that S block there. I would put like a normal size portal or something there. Like how RobTop does in like Finger Dash. Like, you hit a pink dash orb to change your gravity to upside down, but he marks the S blocks with an upside down portal. I would do that. I do that sometimes. This is good. Although personally there's a bit too many orbs here. One piece of advice I would honestly give you, Obed, I would try to not use moving objects as many. This fits. Like the choice to represent the the piano or whatever it is with the mini thing. I would do a bit less moving objects personally, because I feel like that you have a tendency to do that, and it feels like you're not really... I don't know how to describe it, but Poorly Moth gets what I mean. For example, like Dino, not normal Dino's levels, he would do a lot of game mode changes, and he said that was his style or something. But when I told him to stop doing as many game mode changes, and he recently posted a layout of his where he didn't do a game mode changes. He didn't do like any game mode changes for like 10 or so seconds, and immediately it was way more noticeable that he was able to make the level look interesting without having to use like a lot of like just extra stuff that he did before. It's decent. It's pretty difficult to make your level look good just by making it as simple as possible, but it's possible. And when you don't really use moving objects or things like, or for example, you're using a lot of moving objects, I would try not to use a lot, because I would try not to use a lot of extra things when it's like making gameplay, because it's a lot easier to give feedback on like a bare layout with no like crazy effects or anything like that. It's a lot easier to give feedback on gameplay and things like that. But it's still decent compared to some of the stuff you previously made. One thing I would focus on is what is it? You are using a lot less orbs, which that's very good. Although I would say, I feel like after using like a lot of orbs, such as like you're using like 4 or 5 orbs in a row, you immediately went into a pad, and that can still be kind of inconsistent, but it's definitely better than just using all orbs for a section. Alright, on the next one, breakaway layout requested by Fatal Design. Was abandoned at some point, but then you somehow finished it. Thank you for playing. Alright, it seems about a minute long. I'll try it. Alright. See what we got. Good structuring so far. Nothing crazy. Oh, that's good. That's actually very good. I like that. Okay.
Searching for the reason. Answers that are hidden.
You should get someone to decorate this, honestly. This would be a banger level. You don't really see many feature levels with like actual decent gameplay. Aww. I feel like this drop could have been a bit faster. It feels a bit underwhelming. It's only 2 times speed, but the drop is super fast. And also, another thing that I'm noticing a lot, when you make a drop and it lacks intensity, the base gameplay is good, but it lacks intensity and speed. When you tend to do slower drop gameplay like this, and there's a lot that you have to sync to, it's a lot harder to do fast inputs and things like that without it looking cluttered. Like right here, you'd go up, down, and then you hit that, and then immediately click that black orb, and it just looks pretty cluttered. And it just looks incredibly cluttered. When doing slow gameplay, but with a fast section in the song, it's a lot harder to make it, like, less cluttered and things like that. This fits, this speed right here fits the song right now, but before that spider part just did not fit speed-wise. It did not. And also another thing, this swing feels a bit inconsistent, particularly like that dash orb click. It feels like you need to click the indicator a bit earlier than you actually indicated. But this gameplay's good. This could very easily get decorated and be a great level. But it's already a good layout. It's just that one spider part feels very underwhelming because it's lacking the speed to match. Well, that's still decent. The sync was pretty good. Click sync was pretty good, so I like that a lot, actually. Alright, next one, we have Silent Wind.
What's happening?
Level with different styles. 2.1, the last part is rushed because 2.1 is near. Oh, so this is pretty old. Sad that this wasn't rated a really good level. Alright. Can't really give much feedback on this because this is like a super old level, so the standards are completely different. That one looks a bit weird. Is the 3D done right? I think the 3D's done right. What? Oh. Okay, this honestly, for the time at which this could be upgraded. It's using like black orbs. A bit blind, but this is kind of blind, but I mean it is old. This balancing is also really odd. To make it using a black orb before it was actually implemented, that's pretty neat. What? Oh, there's a pad there, and I just, like, completely missed it. Cool that it, is really based upon, like, 2.1, but it wasn't even out then. Can't really give much feedback to this. Oh, whoa, you just go up there. That's a bit, that's not really indicated very well. I'm guessing is this for a coin? No? No, it's not. The balancing is really awkward. Like that click right there is odd. It's so weird. Oh, that's very unindicated. That is not indicated well at all. Wait, is that what's killing me here? Is it those spikes or is it just the beams? I can't tell. This is really unindicated and kind of blind right here. What even? Yeah, that's kind of just unfair. The balancing is really unfair in this, I will say. It's cool that it's like styled at around 2.1 before that was even a thing. Yeah, this balancing is so weird. Okay, that's good. That's very well indicated right there that the orb is gonna move. I like that a lot. That's indicated nicely. What? I still don't really understand this. That gimmick. Jeez. Oh, I'm guessing you have to get this. I'm gonna just get the key. Just do. What? Okay, that's incredible. That's weird. Not the biggest fan of that. That's a bit blind. Kinda doesn't really make sense because it wasn't used ever before. I can't really critique too much because this is very old and levels didn't really have much click up until like what? Like a few years ago? This is very early, like... This is an old level, so I can't really critique too much. It's still pretty cool. This definitely could have been rated a while ago, but with today's standards and just how kind of unreadable this was, definitely not going to be rated now, but, that's still pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool, like, old level. Alright, next one. Legacy! I really like Legacy's gameplay. Hosted by Ethereal Team. Cogsworth part. Let's see it. Wait, hold on. I gotta turn the music up. Oh, this might use... Does this use a Nong? Does this use a Nong? I'm completely confused if this uses a Nong or not. I feel like it does, but... No, it doesn't. That doesn't really give too much time to react. This is pretty... This is nice. This is really cool. That's pretty cool. The structures are really nice there. Those structures are actually really cool. You're allowed to request more than one? Yes, you could request two, but it does have a cooldown before you request it. And there are going to be a lot of levels in the queue. Let me check. There are 19 levels in the queue, so... I'm actually going to pause the queue. Hold on one second. I'm going to pause the queue, so place a level in if you can. Queue is paused. Right about... It's not paused just yet. Just place what you want in now. Place what you want now. Get it over with. Because I'm about to pause the queue. Because I'm not going to be taking any more requests after I pause this. Just get your requests in. I'm actually gonna turn off the cooldown here. However, you can only have two in the thing at a time. Gonna turn the cooldown off. Many levels on consent and I'm gonna have it so that way you can't do two in a row exactly. Stupid, or is it just not working? Try to send it with commas. Try to send it with commas. Do you not? It says you don't have it in the queue. Weird. Put your levels in. Put your levels in. Why does it say there's 0 viewers in my stream? You're lying to me. Alright, get your levels in. Alright, queue is going to be paused any second now. Get ready. Get your final levels in. Alright, queue is... Wait, hold on. I'm going to wait for Tej to put his in. I'm going to wait for Tej to put his in. Tej, is it unlisted? Is it unlisted or what? Hold on, wait. Let me try to put that. Let me try to see if. Let me try. Hopefully this goes in. Okay, yeah. I added it. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't being. I don't know. Oh god, I added it twice. Oopsie. Didn't mean to do that. Oopsie. There we go. Okay. Alright. Yours doesn't work. It needs to be, it can't be, XL or platformer. Because, I don't really have time to review XL levels. And I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to review platformers. For who is evil Jedi? I don't know. Your second one won't, if you have 2 levels in the queue, then, if you already have 2 levels in the queue, then, it won't let you send it again. Oh, yours just got added. There we go. Alright, and queue is now paused. Alright, queue's paused. Why did it... Excuse me. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Queue is now paused, so... Alright, we have this one requested by... I'm so confused. What? I'll say this for later. I don't know if I wanna... Sounds like this is like a bugged level or something. I'm not gonna risk that, because people are saying that it... Oh yeah, this didn't crash my game. I'm not gonna risk that. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'll favorite that and I'll play it like later. Not right now. Oh, you gotta go? Alright, I'll see you later, Obed. Instead of Blizzard, he made Wildfire. Instead of Blizzard, he made Avalanche. I'm just not gonna risk it, just in case this one like does crash my game. I don't wanna mess with that. Alright, next one. We have one requested by Hydraniac. Hold on, let me edit the title of the stream so that way level requests are... Alright, there we go. I do want to know who you are. I'm guessing, I feel like it's Paladin, but I have no idea. I genuinely have no clue. Might be Bacon.
It is me.
Yep, I knew it. Alright. Next one from Hydraniac. Let's see what we got here. Personally, I think there's way too many game mode changes happening right now. The sync's good. That black orb's a bit blind. I think there's a little bit too much going on. Especially with how, like, simple the song is. I think there's too much happening. This is still solid, but... I think it doesn't really fit the song that much in terms of, like, game mode changes. Structuring is kind of interesting. Yeah, there's just way too many game mode changes, I think. This is fun, though. Just too many game mode changes, personally. Oh. Aww. This could have been so much better. It feels a little underwhelming. The sync's pretty good. Wait, what? Oh. Some of these clicks are a bit awkward. Okay, now it's a little bit better. Alright. Dino Syndrome. Shh. This wouldn't make you feel better if it was less structured. Honestly, yeah, I think it's a bit too structured. It's still really good. The structuring is good. It's just way too over-structured. It would make a lot more sense if this song was like a bit more, kind of gave off more of a claustrophobic feeling. Or like you're in some sort of like cave or something. That would make a lot more sense. But, I don't know. Okay, that was good. That was pretty cool for a moment, but... It's just doing too much, personally. Doing too much gameplay-wise, like, too many game mode changes, and there's also just, the structuring is way too... There's too much structuring. So. Ah! The song feels super open, but the GP is closed. Yeah. Ah, goodness gracious. That's why I don't like doing so many game mode changes, because then there's a million teleport portals everywhere. But it's still good. It's just doesn't really match the song. I like it though. Well, it's just a bit awkward. Really solid though. Right, we have a snake layout preview. Gotta make sure that Bacon isn't in the stream because he'd lose his mind at who made the song. Hi Tish, check DMs. All right. Hey, look. Let me look. This stupid fucking bot wouldn't work. All right, it should have added it. Let me see.
Hello.
I have now developed a genuine hatred for AP Environmental Science.
Hi, Agent. Also, I am streaming right now, so.
Yeah, I noticed that on YouTube. I just didn't
Alright,
comment.
I gotta make sure that Bacon isn't in the stream because he hates free 99. Alright. Ow!
He hates
He
$3.99.
just doesn't like their music. This is... Ow, my eyes. There is just way too much going on here, I'm gonna be totally honest. You're doing too much. This is shader abuse. Tone down the shaders. Tone down the shaders. They're really, really obnoxious.
Oh wait, poorly
I
moth. I just saw
what these triggers do.
I just saw what you said. AP Environmental was genuinely one of the most easiest APs. Okay, compared to my 3 other APs I'm taking right now, this is the only one I have to do everything on paper.
This uses a cover, so I'm just gonna use the actual song. Copyright incoming, yippee! Requested by Spectoro. Bright colors and flashing lights. Oh, it's this song. I can't pinpoint what it is about the deco that feels off to me. Something feels off, but I don't know what, so I'm not really gonna judge much. This is a...
Could it be lack of air deco?
Probably, yeah. Also the... Oh, that's a dash orb, okay. The camera's doing a bit too much. There's a bit too much rotation on the camera there. That's incredibly blind. What is happening? I don't... Huh? Okay, that's a bit much. Again, similar to some of the criticism I had with some of the levels before, this is doing a bit too much. Yeah, this is doing just too much, I think. And this part's also just really blind. Doing too much. Yeah, it just... I will say the deco feels is kind of cluttered. Oh, it's this level! I remember this. This was requested to me a while ago. I remember this part. I remember this part. I remember this part. I actually remember this. It's this level. This is the one part that I remember from this, because this part was actually kind of interesting to me. At least how I saw it. Okay. I will say it feels very cluttered and a bit messy. Sorry that's so imbalanced. It's fine. It's a bit... Personally, it's doing a bit too much. The gimmick here is kind of what made this rememberable to me. Aww. Don't tell me... oh, okay. I got it to work. Also, I will say the custom orbs are a bit much, in my opinion. Oh, I forgot that you don't have that. That orb feels a bit out of place, because, like, you never really used, like, a fake orb on a block before, so it just kind of... But it's cool to see that this is actually, like, decorated now. Even if it's, like, very cluttered and a bit messy, but it's still cool that it is decorated now. I remember getting this a while ago. I don't even know how long ago it was when I got this requested to me. Just the layout. Also, that invisible game mode change is completely unneeded. That is completely unneeded. There is no need to have that there. That just kind of makes it awkward. Don't tell me that breaks. It's broken now because of that. Ah! Please! Yes! I made it through, finally. Bro, it's not deadlocked. Stop it. Help.
But this time it's wait, not ship.
Yeah. Kind of a blind transition there. Okay, one thing I do have an issue with is some of these trajectories and some of these clicks are incredibly weird. Because it seems like you wouldn't die to that, but you do. And I don't know why. Yeah, this is very, very difficult. Oh, you jumped there. A little awkward because there's also like missing indicators in some areas too. Yeah, it's still pretty cool to see that was. Yeah, one thing I am noticing is that it's a bit unoptimized. Also, that's pretty cool. Got, hey, Bacon's in here too. Nice. Oh, Proxy and Juice. I remember requesting one of my levels to them. That's cool. You have like 5 minutes before you have to go? Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna skip the queue very quickly because one of Tige's levels just did not go through, and Tige's a friend of mine, and because the bot just decided to have a seizure. So 1 moment. I'm gonna play something that Tige made. Let's see what feedback I can give to this. That is the ID. Okay, it is. Alright, let's try. I haven't gotten to try this yet. Please invite me to a collab, I'm so bored. I really do. This is genuinely your best. It's actually so solid. Alright, now back to the queue. Let's see what we got. What are we on now? We are on Voidwalker, requested by Pie Knowledge Bad. 67 downloads, first record level. Little rough around the edges. Experiment, explore the void that can. Okay, let's see what we got. Position 7, I see. That's one thing that I don't like about levels is when they immediately throw you into the gameplay like this. It doesn't really give the player much time to react. I would try to stay away from doing that.
Unless if you're trying to really annoy the player, then yeah.
Yeah, another thing that I would also stay away from is doing structures like these where it's like one block. I would definitely vary it up a bit where instead of it just being like one small platform, try to expand out the platform so that way it feels a bit more like connected or whatever. So this is a bit messy. Balancing is whack. Also the text doesn't make sense. Yeah, this is pretty empty, structuring wise. Oh, that's not a, oh, that's a spike on the underside there. I can kind of see the vision, it's just really kind of messy and the structuring is like non-existent. Gosh, oh no. Epilepsy, my eyes, I cannot see. Are these indicators? Those look, okay. One thing when making a level, please do not do indicators that look like a spike. Because it makes you think you have to click early, but you just don't even die to it. Stay away from doing indicators like that because they look like spikes. Also, kind of no time to react or no indication that you jumped there. Not really any sync either. Balancing is all out of whack. Okay, so when doing structuring, please don't do just singular platforms like this a ton because it doesn't look that good, and it also just okay. This works a lot better than the rest. What the? Okay, that was.
And it just goes back to thinking space.
Also, no indication that you change gravity there. One thing to keep in mind when making a level, try to keep in mind that it's not just you that's playing a level, but there's also other people. Try to make it so that way you can kind of anticipate what's coming up. Like have people play test your level. Like, okay, see where they die. Like if they die to what is it? Like that place where the indicator looked like a spike. Be like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with that. So. A lot of this is just problems with, it seems like, with playtesting. Like, you didn't really have anybody to see the level. Also, bacon gameplay? Orbs? Again, indicators that look like spikes. I keep thinking that I have to click early. That orb also is incredibly blind. Balancing is also really bad. Gives no time to react. And also, when doing structures, personally don't do these, where it's a spike and then another flipped spike connecting. It just doesn't look good, and it's also like, it just doesn't look good. A lot of the issues that I have with this is blind transitions, lack of structuring, and lack of telegraphing to the player what you're supposed to do. Because it's almost as if the level's treating the player like they already know what is supposed to happen. For example, like that area where there was no indication that there was a gravity change. It seemed like there was no real indication that you were going to change gravity there, so it just felt pretty unfair. I would just keep that in mind next time you make a level. Try to make it a lot easier when it comes to telegraphing what's going on. Also, hi Joe Frog, welcome back. Alright, we have Kellen Craft Challenge. I'm gonna... One second. I'm gonna transition to a black screen very briefly. Just to make sure, because a lot of the levels that I've been requested, they have, a lot of levels that I've been requested, they have, like, comments on them, so I can kind of trust it. But, when it doesn't really have any comments or not many downloads, I can't fully trust it. I just don't want to risk getting like a jump scare level. Alright. This seems like it's fine. Okay. It seems fine, so. One moment. Transition back. Okay. It's a challenge, so I can't really give too much feedback. Structure seems a bit awkward. That part is not difficult at all compared to the wave. So far, this just seems really unbalanced. Also, when doing duels like this, try to stay away from having it be so airborne like this because it's really inconsistent. The main issue here is just the balancing. And just like structuring, and I can't really critique too much because the challenge level, so. What? It's just kind of awkward. But, yeah. I've gotten some really good levels. Oh, hi Duck! Hi Duck, welcome to the stream. So we got Sam... I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that, I'm sorry. I'll just say Sam. Remember the old days. This has to... just Sam from the... Alright. See what we got. Duck, you should send me your... You should send me your layout the layout you recently made. You should send me reflections. I should play that. Please, I want to play it. Okay, so this is just taking like just taking moment stuff from like the original Raw Top levels. Okay. You're not leaking the ID? Oh man. Please keep me updated on it though. I want to see the progress of that.
Duck, guess what? I got 54 on Overthink and then I gave up.
Yeah, Agent was practicing Overthink, a bit. He got, what, you got 54? And then you did...
Yeah, and then I got like, I think, I forgot what percentage is the second star position at, but that from 200.
Also, Agent, did you see Aura got rated?
Oh my, I have not been on GDA a lot, so I didn't even know.
It got rated. I'm gonna go for that after I beat Up and Down. So, alright. Theorization requested by Metal Reaper. He's been using the place command a lot to see where it is, so he's probably looking forward to seeing this. Got a nice layout and Insane Demon, I don't know. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, another criticism that I do have, I don't like when levels immediately throw you into the gameplay like that, where you have to click almost immediately, because it makes it, like, immediately when you have to restart, it gives the player not really much reaction time to do the next input, which results in a lot of attempts being wasted at, like, the first click. Guess what level you're going for? I have no idea. Also, way too many orbs in a row here. Also... Okay.
Youngest, do you remember
This
that?
is pretty messy. There's not really much...
Thank you.
I think, yeah. It's not released yet, but you've been practicing it. Ooh. It's just... I mean, can't really get much feedback on this. It's kind of messy. There's not really much sync either. I would advise... Try not to do gameplay where it's on the ground a ton. Usually when I make my gameplay, I try to have it be in the air. Another thing I would focus on, try to take inspiration from some, like, some rated levels, particularly ones that have, I have a few favorited that I can probably show on stream for a few, because there's a few rated levels that are, that I think could be good for inspiration. That gives no time to react. I would stay away from doing transitions like that, because they don't give enough time to react to the player. It's also just kind of messy. I'm guessing this is one of your first levels? I have no... What are these inputs? I'm confused. I'm guessing this is like one of your first levels, maybe? I don't even know what you do here. Is this even possible? It's Flame Wall? Are you insane? It's surprising. You are a madman. There is no way you're going for Flame Wall. Are we thinking of the same Flame Wall? I don't know what to do here. Wait. I don't know what to do here. I actually don't. Use Pink Orb, then Red Orb late. Okay, so most of your recent artists were XXL levels. You could handle it. You're scaring me. Stop it. So another thing is that one criticism that I have. You see how you had to say use the Pink Orb, then the Red Orb late? I feel like I shouldn't have to waste a ton of attempts to figure that out, and I probably would not have figured this out unless you told me. I would have thought this was just impossible. Try to make it a little bit more obvious that, like, the path that's coming up. Make it a bit easier to tell what's coming up, because keep in mind that even if, for example, even if, like, you make a level and you don't intend it at all to be released to the servers in any way, shape, or form, still treat it as if though people are going to play it, because that will just help you make the level a bit more fair. Because it makes more sense that, like, okay, I want to be fair to the player and make it so that way, okay, this makes sense coming up or something like that. Like, this doesn't really give much time to react. This is also pretty unbalanced too. This gives no time to react. Oh my goodness, you have to fall immediately. And with, like, that Pink Orb and Red Orb, that I would have not figured that out unless you told me. I would try to make it so that way the player doesn't... And also, I can tell you're pretty new. Honestly, I would look up, like, some tutorials on gameplay, and I would just take some inspiration from more simple layouts. There's one that I really like. It's called Ghost House. It's a relatively old layout, I think, but it's relatively simple and it's really fun here, and I take a lot of inspiration from that. Honestly, I can't really give any exact tips to help you improve, because I can tell you're decently new to creating at least. Honestly, only real thing I can say, just keep creating, you'll improve over time. I'd watch some tutorials and watch some, like, some featured levels and things like that, see what they do well in their gameplay, and like why they're like consistent, what makes it enjoyable. Also, another thing, I'm gonna just say this now. When you're new to creating, don't immediately go to making hard gameplay, because that usually leads people down the pipeline of, oh my gosh, straight fly, wave spam, grief-inspired, slaughterhouse-inspired gameplay, and they always stay in that style, and they never really vary from said style. I would try to stay away from taking inspiration from levels like grief and things like that when you're new to creating, because those levels, the gameplay isn't meant to be like super creative, or at least from what I've seen. It's mainly just there just to be difficult, and that's really it. Because if you see in levels like Slaughterhouse and Grief, it's extremely slow cube with really, really spaced out spike timings, and then an extremely difficult wave that just throws everything at the player, and then a straight fly that goes on for centuries. Like, it's just gameplay. It's just difficult just to be difficult. And the queue is paused, by the way, so yeah, I'll try to do another level request stream sometime this week. We need top one, only 2.2 swing. No, we don't. But yeah, honestly, main criticism I could just say: just keep creating. You'll improve over time. Just take some inspiration from levels that you find cool, see what they do well, and just kind of incorporate things that they do into your own levels. And watch some tutorials. I wouldn't really say watch tutorials to anybody, because a lot of the tutorials on YouTube on how to improve are catered towards beginners, but seeing as this is pretty obviously like one of your newer levels, I'd say, I would watch some of those tutorials. They're pretty simple, and they should be easy to follow, but yeah, honestly, just keep creating. You'll improve. Alright, next one. This is by Eye of the Storm, by the...
Are you
by
okay?
No. Let me get a drink of water. 1 second. Ah, what the fuck? Why did my...
This is by Eye of the Storm.
My controller just pulled the fucking Kratos meme. My controller just decided to do that one Kratos meme where it just jumps off a cliff.
Dream on.
What was
Dream
that?
on.
The shelf isn't even tilted. Why did it fall? Is this tilted? The shelf looks like it's ever so slightly tilted to the... Why did you fall? What was that? Scared the crap out of me, too. Goodness. Holy.
Dongus, I don't think you're okay.
Freedom. Yeah, it just skydived off the desk. I don't know why. Yeah, the song Dream On. That actually startled me. That really startled me. Whew. Alright. NetFedX's layout. Eye of the Storm. It seems to be 1:13, so... Dude, I'm actually... My heart's beating so fast. That scared the crap out of me. Alright, let's see. Oh, start position. Let me just get a copy of this and I'll play. Yeah, you have a duo with Lebo. Should you work on it? Yeah, you should work on it. Oh my goodness.
He said that
Hello,
this is
the
top
Brother, my
100.
brother. I am not good at this game. Why are you requesting this to me?
No clip.
He said that
I will not no-clip it.
top 100. And it's Amethyst and Avernus remake. Hopefully it's taking more from the side of a better.
This is insane. Looks pretty easy. Shut up, Doc. I can't do this. I'm bad. Leave me alone. I get it. Okay, I really like NetFedX's ball gameplay, like how he does stuff like that. I like that so much. Okay, I like how the ship isn't staying in a straight line for such a super long time. It's actually like changing elevation. That's good. insane, dude. I'm not the biggest fan of when duels do that. It just feels kind of weird. What do you do here? Do you buffer this? Yeah, you do. Okay. I will say that feels kind of out of place. Mentioned going for aura. Yeah. So it's like bloodbath difficulty. Yeah, I'm going for up and down by I think it's Lycos. That's like 14 places harder than bloodbath. So, and I currently have 60% on that. So, personally, Netflix, I think that that wave little thing that you did there doesn't really fit the song. A lot of the gameplay was pretty simple, but then you started throwing in like a random duel there. Oh boy. Wait, hold on. Wait. Is this a fire click pattern? Wait. It's a fire click pattern. It's a fire click pattern. Okay, good. It's got a click pattern. This is so difficult. Hold on, I'm speed hacking. Sorry, I don't like speed hacking levels. This is pretty cool so far. The click pattern and the wave at the beginning, that was pretty cool. I do think that the right before the drop where you incorporated like those orbs into a duel that does it for like one click, that feels kind of unnecessary. And especially with the wave, it felt like you just kind of threw it in there to throw it in there, if you know what I mean. It doesn't really fit. I would replace that with something like maybe a fake section. And another thing that I think fits this kind of style would be a bit more fakes in the gameplay. I think that would fit a lot better. But so far this is pretty cool. I really like the click pattern at the beginning. It is a golden remake. Yeah, I see it. I can tell. I've kind of liked the golden and levels like that, but personally I think it's a bit too wave based. I think it would be a lot cooler if they threw in like some extra things like fakes or just a little bit less wave and maybe some other game modes. Because the drop just feels very wave heavy, and personally, I think we don't need any more super wave heavy drop levels. Because we're all getting, like, grief and got 9 circles and all that. Also, that is insane. What is this?
That's exactly why we need a top one with only 2.2 swing.
No, not only swing!
You know,
no!
You know what? I say 2.1 swing copter.
No.
No, not 2.1 swing copter. This ship part's pretty cool. The waves in this are insane compared to, like, the ships. Oh my goodness. You definitely need to balance out the ships a bit more, I think, compared to these waves, because these wave gaps are diabolical. That is also very mean. Yeah, these wave gaps are insane. You guess reflections are canceled then. Listen, you get a pass. That one's actually like fire. Alright? It's just when I say like wave heavy drops, I mean like Slaughterhouse, things like that, where it's like wave for just an extended period of time. You throw in like a wave for like you don't do it for super duper long before throwing in a different game mode, but you don't like spam game modes. You do like wave for... I just looked at what Poorly Moth said. Netflix. 55% in. Are we... Dude. Oh, gosh. What in the... Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I actually don't. Hold on. Wait, what? I'm very confused. Okay. I'm very confused here. I feel like this is kind of a mean way to force the difficulty here. Because I can tell that you actually have to... I think that's kind of a mean way to force the difficulty. Putting in those orbs. Oh, you hold in there? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh. Well, that's kind of hard to tell how you hold there.
To be fair, that's how.
Okay, I see what you. Okay, I kind of see. I see kind of what you're going for here. I see it now, but that was kind of hard to understand. Okay, I get it now. I get it. These waves are absolutely absurd compared to. This Boosker, you are the creator of Avalanche. Avalanche mentioned the duo between. Your mic is coming tomorrow. You just remember. I'll stop by your stream. I mean, tomorrow I don't have anything. Thankfully, I have a good schedule for my college classes. I still have to get like really. Still have to get up early, but I get out. Is this a level request stream? Yes. However, the queue is paused because I've got a ton of levels in the queue, and I am giving feedback to a ton of them. I will probably be doing another level request stream like sometime at the end of this week, probably on like Friday or something, because I have Fridays off. These waves are diabolical. I'm just gonna say that these waves are insane compared to everything else in the level. I definitely think you need to balance out the waves a bit more, or buff like some. Okay, so I'm going to assume that this is not intentional. I'm going to assume this isn't intentional.
What did you just do?
This is a problem I found when I was playtesting Hydra's counterattack layout. This could happen.
What did you just do?
Don't question it. Don't ask. Do not ask.
How does this just happen?
We don't talk about it, okay? We do not talk about it. Alright. Aww, another problem I do have with golden inspired levels is that the energy is still there in this transition's mean as hell. Is that the energy is still in the song, but it gets really, really slow, and it just doesn't really fit. I mean, this is still a golden inspired layout, so I'm guessing there's not really going to be much that changes, other than balancing. But goodness gracious, this ship is now silent compared to the previous ones that were in, like, the drop.
Gnosis skill issue.
Shut up! Oh, wait, Duck, if you're still here, please go check out my overtime stream where I beat the level. Please, I'm begging you.
Yeah, something very funny
Something
happened there.
super funny happened. It's so good. Oh, you throwing a swing here.
I'm okay.
Okay, I would add a portal there to indicate that you changed gravity in there. Even if it's like a no-touch portal. You could just put like a no-touch portal in front of the teleport portal. Like a no-touch, normal size. The title literally says, yeah, so on the winning attempt, I started holding my breath right before like the final wave. Right before like the wave section in the last 25%. So I was holding my breath for like 25% of the level like an idiot.
Why specifically that attempt?
Huh?
Why specifically that attempt?
I don't know. I was locked in. And I did keep holding my breath some during it, but I was still like... It was just stupid. It was just very stupid decision.
On the stream, you could hear the thud when you faint.
You just hear, I'm lightheaded. Thunk.
I did did not hear it because I was on Discord, so I
Yeah.
but you
Yeah, I remember you
disappeared.
saying that. I'm lightheaded, thud. Yeah. I was holding my breath like an idiot, and then like 30 seconds later, you just hear me go like, "Ow," or something like that, and then you just hear me like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, I beat the fucking level." It's so
You
good.
were like clueless when you woke
I was
up.
so clueless. Dude, that's so stupid of me. I was fine, thankfully, but like, upload the clip by itself, I honestly might. I'm intending to go back and just grab footage because it's been long overdue. I haven't posted footage, but building up to me completing Up and Down, basically road to something harder than Bloodbath. I want to upload whenever I beat Extreme Demons and things like that. And also, wait, Doc, hold on, wait. That sounds like something out of Daily Dose of GD. Paladin sent it into video submissions in the Daily Dose of GD thing, but it didn't make it in. I think it was Paladin that sent it, or it was Fruitbowl.
It was someone else that sent it.
It was probably like Fruitbowl or something.
Yeah,
But
I think...
what is it? I forget if you were there for it, Duck, or I forget if you were at camp. But after I beat Without You, I started playing Reanimate, and I fluked it from 38%. I fluked it from 38%. I was having trouble at the Duel of Despair and Agony, which is just 32 to 39. I hate that part in the level. And I was literally saying that, like, if I get past the duel, I could get really far and beat the level or something. And lo and behold, I fluked it from 38. Anyways, holy crap, that practice run took way too long. This is really good. This is really good, FNX. I like that a lot. It's just, I think the waves are a bit too difficult compared to some of the other game mode sections in it. But this is really good.
You think I
Insane.
should stay on Bloodbath?
Let's
Or should I
go!
go for something else?
Alright.
Dungus, do you think I
Huh?
should stay on Bloodbath or do something else?
I mean, what percent do you have on it? Again, I forget.
87.
As much as I hate to say it, I think you should honestly just stay on it. I mean, you are jumping to it, and you have 87. You're really close to beating it. Anyways,
I also have 24 to 100.
You know what? I say drop it. I have 89 on the moment, and then I have not looked back since.
oh. Ah! What? I'm very confused. Hold on. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the ball at the bottom. Ah! Stop it! Wait, what? Wait, huh? Ah, that is a buggy mess. I'm gonna be totally honest. That was a buggy mess. I would please play as that. That entry is so awkward. This is personally why I don't like doing duels before what is
Drops.
it? Yeah. Because it's hard to make them work. Because usually you're never going to 4 times speed in a pre-drop unless it's like a Camellia song or something like that, or it's something super intense. You're usually never really going to 4 times speed in a pre-drop. And duels, honestly, if it's an asymmetrical duel where you do at least like 2 game mode changes, or they're completely 2 separate game modes, it really depends on what game mode you're using, but it's kind of hard to make them work sometimes. Okay, this is fire.
Oh, I'm stupid!
That green orb is a bit awkward. so you can just kind of skip that. Also, one thing that I don't like sometimes, when doing a pad into like a pad, like some sort of orb into like a pad or something like that, into like a slope, that can be incredibly inconsistent. I would use like a force block to force the icon down into it. Also, it's a bit weird that you have to hold all the way through the green orb. Personally, I don't like doing hold inputs in ships. Agent can tell you with how much I criticized him for doing like holds in his ships. But
yeah, I can confirm.
Yeah, but it's still really good. I just think that green orb is a bit weird that you have to hold all the way through. It feels like you don't. It looks like you don't really need to hold, but you do because you get really close to the structure. But yeah. All right. Let me see the queue. Let me see what I got. All right, we still have a lot. We still have a lot. All right, we have one from Paladin. Let's see, Covenant preview, and I'm scared for my life because I'm scared if this is gonna be the one that he.
This is not the one with the like 15 orbs in a row.
This is not the one with the 15 orbs in a row, he says, as there are 15 orbs in a row.
Don't worry.
It's only
It's
7.
only 7.
I calculated.
Okay! Not 15 orbs in a row, Paladin!
Okay.
Uh-huh!
I forgot. I'm pretty sure this was an average of 6 orbs per second.
You know what? This is like a prime example of why you should not like use excessive orbs.
This is inspired a little bit by Allegiance.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I didn't know you were bacon in disguise. I didn't know you were bacon. I didn't know you were Caliber by Bacon GD. I didn't know that. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Alright, hold on.
What do I do here?
I'm gonna switch to PC real quick. Be right back.
You have to...
Just a little inspired by Allegiance, just a little bit.
Ray. I forgot my headphones aren't connected.
What?
Yeah, this ship part's alright. That is kind of unindicated that you go up there. I would use the offset trigger. The camera offset trigger. I use that a lot when my gameplay starts to go off screen. What the fuck happened to you?
Agent.
Dude got turned into the fucking Bogos Binted meme. Do you get those photos produced? Bogos Binted? What?
Photos printed?
Bogos Binted?
Huh?
Oh, you gotta go? Alright, I'll see you later, Poorly Ma. Thanks for stopping by.
This is only slightly inspired by Allegiance. Very slightly.
Okay, that thing's kinda good.
Hello,
it goes
Fever
like-
Dream by Ice Cave.
It goes just... Yeah. Personally,
I worked on it a little more.
do not put that many orbs. Do not. Please.
I can't help it.
Alright,
man, I'm
we have
sorry.
another one from...
Many orbs? Just don't. Just don't.
Sorry, Baruch, welcome to the stream, but I have requests off because the queue was pretty full and... Yeah. Alright,
I'm
we have another one
stupid!
by Panthering, Sympathy Layout. Last time he had one of
Let's
those.
set the level, but he uses a nom that is...
Hey, it's this song. I love this song. Is he using a Nog? Because that dash orb does not fit. Alright. Oh, you're a good layout creator yourself? Nice. Yeah, I've been creating for a while.
Oh.
Ah! I think this was the dude who submitted the 1-9 circles level? I think that was it? I think this was it? Because I can kind of see the same thing here. A bit of differing ideas over that. What is this click? I don't know what you do here.
Just hold?
I don't know. You just... Okay, so I'm guessing you don't go there. It looks like you just do, yeah, okay. Alright, well that makes a little more sense. Okay, alright. Still a bit weird when... Same thing that happens before. Sorry, level builder, the requests are off because the queue is paused. But if your request starting when, I'm probably gonna be ending stream after this. However, if you want to see more if you want to get feedback on your levels, if you go to the description, there's a Discord link to a server that me and my friend own. There's a feedback channel there. You can request feedback there, and I can give you feedback, like, you know, off stream when I'm... But if you want feedback during a stream, I'm gonna try to stream on Friday. So I'm gonna try and stream a bit more, like on Friday or like the weekends, because I'm basically used to my new college schedule now. So, anyway, same issue that I kind of had before, I think, with this layout. A bit too many varying structure styles. Like right there, that is a complete switch up in terms of the style. It had so much potential, but it's just... The style is just really inconsistent. Also, that yellow portal was hard to see. The yellow portal was hard to see. Just want a chance to get 100 likes so it even has a chance to get popular and be seen. Trust me, I know that I know the feeling. It took me... I was working on, what is it, my best layout Blizzard for like 6 to 8 months, and it spiked in the view count. It got like 11k views, but it's like 120 likes. It has a high like ratio though. Okay, that was a little weird. Personally, same criticism, just has a lot of differing ideas. It was a bit inconsistent. I like the color scheme of the... Oh, do you get that? I like the color scheme of like the black, like radiant block, the normal 1.1 block, but also these solid, those. I like that variation. That looks kind of cool. Please tell me I don't need to get that key. What? Huh? Yeah, same issue, varying ideas. It just feels pretty inconsistent. It's still solid, but it's just inconsistent. Yeah?
Fungus. Trust the game. Remember the execution.
Yeah. This has ideas, it just needs a little bit better execution. Because the ideas feel a bit all over the place. Also, this completely lost energy, personally. I think it... Wait, is this actually the intended route down here? Oh, that is, okay. This kind of lost intensity, because this part's more intense than the previous, I think. Because it has a completely new instrument while building off of what there was previously. But it's slower, so... I like the fact that these blocks kind of fade in, though. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's just... the style of like structuring and stuff just... It's still solid. It has a lot of potential for that. It's just... Ah! Oh, do you go up? Wait, what? Because it's a... Are you supposed to hit that? I have no clue if you're supposed to hit that. Oh, wait, no. Ah! Wait, what? Huh? What's our coin? Oh, it is. You. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's okay, we're good. It's not for a coin. Or it's for a coin. I mean, that's what I mean. Okay, good use of the slope there. Make it so you actually have to jump up there. I like when levels do that. Oh, you are not Future Funk 2!
What?
You are not Future Funk 2, stop it! The ship and wave duel.
Wait, I have to do something. Wait, I forgot about that.
Or not, but not Future Funk 2, Boochidi 2. Yeah, you're right. Boochidi 2. The color scheme's also a bit inconsistent. That's really just the only real main criticism that I have for this, is that it has all the ideas, it just needs to be a bit more coherent in terms of execution. What? What? Oh. Keep holding? Personally, I don't like it when levels have to clarify that you need to keep holding. It should be obvious. Ah, whoa, that kind of threw me off, but whatever. Like, that's so cool. Like, that structuring is really cool looking. Like, this is cool. It just comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't feel like it's built up to it. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like a surprise. It's like a jump scare. Please don't let these blocks. It just feels like a jump scare because that structuring is really cool, but it just kind of comes out of nowhere. I love this song. I have no clue if these are collabs, because the best way I can describe it, it feels like a collab. Like there's multiple different people that built in this. It's still good, but just a bit inconsistent. Alright. Oh no, Evil Bacon GD. Oh no! Alright. Let's see. Why does the song sound like a rabbit song? I have no idea. Alright. Your level is... Animation series 1.9, 2.9 Deca, because that's simple. Everybody likes it. You're already 57 likes. So I already reached the halfway mark. Good luck. Good luck on getting the, what is it? On getting to 100 likes, though. I mean, I'll check it out. I can check it out after stream. If you join the Discord server and you send in, like, feedback, I can check it out after. You build XSL levels, though, and most of them are top ones. Personally, I'm not really interested in, like, top ones, because there's only a very, small variety of people who would actually play it, and, what would be a better new artist from Supersonic? I think Thanatophobia. Actually, wait, no. Thanatophobia is a buggy-ass level. I have a few Insane Demons that are pretty good, though. I could show them later. I'll show them after I finish some of these levels. This just feels very, like, shader focused. Like, it feels very reliant on the shaders. The deco's kind of empty. Just way too much shader usage, I'd say. It's pretty empty. Would I actually be interested if it had good gameplay? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it has good gameplay, then I'm gonna be interested. Like, levels like the Plunge and Transhumanist. Sadly, Transhumanist is, like, never came to be, which sucks. But levels like that are I find really cool. Gameplay doesn't really have any saying. This is very heavy on the shaders. Just a bit much. This feels completely out of place. I don't know why this is here. I don't know why that's there. One of the layouts is 15 minutes and still not done? Jeez, I could not imagine making a 15-minute layout. I could not imagine that. I mean, I could imagine making like a 3-minute layout because I made a 3-minute layout. Like a 3 or 4-minute layout. I can imagine that because... What? Oh, that was it? Oh, I thought I died. I'm so confused. Let me see. It was already has 57 likes, so you reached the halfway mark. Yeah, I saw. You tried flow gameplay, it ended up being your best gameplay ever. I mean, it's actually meant to be 98 minutes long. That's absurd. Yeah, my longest layout is hold on. I'm dragging it, but hold on. Let me pull it up.
The one that I'm doing is probably gonna be like over 5.5 minutes, I think, unless I cut the last part out. Because I don't really know what I would do for it.
805, yeah, this one. This is the ID. This is my best level. This is my best layout. This took me over 100 hours to make. Yeah. Yep, it's Blizzard. Expected, yep. But I'm actually making something that's gonna be longer. Let me turn the music down. I'm actually making a layout that is gonna be, that's actually gonna be longer than, it's actually gonna be longer than Blizzard. Let me pull it up, because if I use the whole song, then it's gonna be longer than Blizzard. I still haven't named it. I'm literally just not gonna name it until... I'm not gonna name it until I, like, finish it. Let me find it. Because it's still unnamed 55. This thing. This is gonna probably be my new longest layout if I do finish this, because this
I look on
song
Discord sometimes, and I see you working on
unnamed 55, yeah. It's really funny. Guys, if I finish half of this, I should just upload this to my channel and be like, oh yeah, here's a auto-deafen is on! Here's preview number 1 of unnamed 55. Please, when can you request? I'm not gonna have the queue on for the rest of the stream. You can request it to me, in the next stream, because I'm gonna try and stream Friday, because I don't have classes on Fridays. But yeah.
Dungus.
Yeah?
What do you think about the fact that Dryout Copyable 2 and Ouroboros Start +4 are rated levels? I don't know if I got the number right on the Ouroboros one. Wait, I have to check.
I look, you want to make a joke level with that title or some shit.
Ouroboros Start Pause 2. It's an extreme demon.
Isn't that list?
Dryout, I'm pretty sure Dryout Copyable 2 is the list. I don't know though. I forgot.
But that's basically what I have for this. I gotta get back to the queue. Let me. How many levels are left? Still 11 levels. Ah! Rotation mechanic? Yeah, I like that a lot too. This is gonna be like a very progressive layout, similar to Blizzard. Blizzard is a very progressive layout. When I do the next level of Quest Stream, you got a level of the coin challenge. You try to challenge me to try to collect. All right, because after I do these levels, I'm gonna end stream because I am.
If I use the full song on the layout that I'm making, it's gonna be over 5.5 minutes.
All right, so the next one is gonna be. I think this is it. Let me make sure that the thing isn't screwed up. Okay, all right. Another Obed level. Let's see what we got. Alright. Round gameplay. Personally, Obed, I feel like a lot of your levels feel pretty samey, mostly due to the fact that you use moving objects a ton. I would try to branch out and use less moving objects. Okay. Repetition there is decent. That's an awkward looking gap.
Looks like someone found a coin route.
Also, that green orb is kind of unnecessary. One thing I would try not to do is use, like, redundant movements where you can skip, like, an orb or something like that. Where you can, like, skip an orb or something. Like doing a... I'm trying to think of an example, but you get what I mean, where it's not really a needed... Well, where an orb isn't really needed. Also, that speed change is very, very unwarranted. Feels very odd. Alright. And it got held for review! Why did it get held for review? That's amazing. Alright, we have... No... Oh, special characters in the name, it seems. Marred Dreams. It uses the Flood Escape too? Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to play this off stream because if it's using a Nong, then I'm not. I'll just see what this looks like so far, but if it's using a Nong, then is that even possible? I don't even think that's possible. Wait, hold on. Oh, it is, but it's like almost like this is a Nong. I'm not gonna get to this. I'll play that later since I favorited it, but it has a Nong, and I can't be bothered to go out of my way to get it. So sorry, but we have another one by Obit. I've apparently played this. See if I remember it. I remember this, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to skip over this because I remember that one. Pretty sure. All right, next one. We have one by Ride. Oh, you changed it? Okay. I'll try it again. Okay. Again, still like not much saying. Doing ground gameplay for an extended period of time. Bit too many orbs. Also, that you can just completely. Same criticism. I'm guessing since this is old, the gameplay is also old, so. Okay, completely get that. One thing I would try a bit more, Obed, is that it's a lot harder to decorate things when the structures are very super simple like that, or like this. It's really hard, for example, Globes at Monsters. It's really hard to decorate this because you have to have really like one style that would fit.
If we unmod Tragical.
But doing something like this has a bit more potential, but...
Can we unmod Tragical?
Or did he say something stupid in chat again? Let me see.
Skibidi Toilet Steal a Brain or whatever the fuck. You know what? Let me rephrase that.
Time out for 5 minutes. Because it says no brain rot, but I don't see why. Also, same criticism just kind of applies to this. It's a lot harder to decorate. What is it? Also, with this structure, I noticed it's you have just like one gap here to be able to decorate. There's not really much potential for that, but with a structure like this, what you can do when decorating, you want to actually not just leave the structure as it is, but you want to branch it out and extend it. So, gameplay also doesn't really match speed-wise. Now it's a little better, but the build-up was already speeding up. Honestly, I would honestly try to branch out and stop using moving objects. I think it would be a lot more helpful. And also, I'll direct you to like, if you go to Zero SR's channel, there's a few tutorials that he has that are really good. Like I sometimes reference them. Honestly, it feels like you're just like sticking to the same style. Really, you are using a lot less orbs.
Cats.
You are using a lot less orbs, which is good. But it feels like you're not really branching out your style as much, and you're kind of staying to the same, like, very linear gameplay rather than experimenting with more verticality in your levels, as well as just sticking with like the same like moving objects, kind of same palette of like structures. A lot of your structures feel the very same, but yeah. All right, next level. Got one by this one. That was really high pitched.
What was
Ow.
that? What was that?
Oh, that was a smoke alarm. I haven't changed the batteries on it.
Black and white, copied a bit from Mackin. Yeah, that was so high pitched. All right, let's get that. Kind of empty air deco wise. I mean, it's still coming from Machina, which doesn't have much air deco, but It feels kind of weird because the color palettes are very different. The Amazon box structuring.
I guess I send you something.
Random.
I guess I send you something.
Alright, I'll check in a moment.
Now that you mention it,
Kind of
you could
empty,
just label
but-
anything as fucking Amazon box.
When I say Amazon box structuring, I just mean like the bit like that, like a big ass rectangle.
All right, well, if you want a joke level, Amazon warehouse. There you go.
Amazon warehouse. This is pretty empty, I will say. Also, kind of orb heavy. Yeah, it's pretty orb heavy. Not much sync either. Level builder, the queue is literally paused. I've said it. The queue is paused. There's not gonna be any more requests to stream. I'll try to stream on like Friday, but there's no more requests because it's 4:30. I go for dinner at like 5. I go for dinner at like 5:30, and I also have to pack for class tomorrow. I want to take a shower. I showered like yesterday, but I feel stinky. This is pretty orb heavy and just kind of empty air deco wise. But
Evil Bacon JD.
No, don't rate this. Sorry, buddy, I disagree. This should not be rated. I'm sorry. Okay, there's a reason why I do these type of streams, and this is why. 8 out of 10. 8.7 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It just, like... I'm sorry, but... I don't know if it's these people having just super low standards, but also it's just... It feels like people are lying, and they're just trying to... Like, 9.5 out of 10. Hope it gets rated. 7 out of 10. The gameplay isn't even really that fun, to be honest. See, this one. See, look. This is actual, somewhat criticism. It definitely could be a bit more constructive rather than just, bland-ass level, lack structures, and has basic deco. Like, it just sounds like you're being rude just to be rude. But it still has a good point. But look, 2 dislikes. Just add more deco and this might get rated. You're gonna need to add a lot more deco for that to get rated. Not 9 out of 10, basically. Cool level, very good concept and game. Not really. It's just, has barely any air deco. A lot of the clicks were very, very orb-based, and when you did change up the game modes, it was very repetitive, and it just felt like you used the exact same movement every single time, rather than representing the song as a whole and each, like, note. Now, note representation is a bit more of a complicated aspect and things like that, blah, 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 but whatever. But it just feels like people are lying about this, and just trying to be... people are just sometimes too nice about this type of thing. 9 out of 10 is just too high. I'm sorry, this does not deserve anything above. I'm going to be totally honest here, this is going to be mean, but this doesn't really deserve anything above a 2. Not even. Because this just... There's not really any sync. The structuring has very little to no detail. It's very basic. The thread... there's no level requests right now. They're paused because I already got a lot of level requests. I'm just finishing up giving feedback. I might stream after dinner. Honestly, I might continue streaming after dinner. But, I might do another level request stream after dinner, but, shut up, Paladin. If I do, it's not going to be as long of a stream.
Oh my god.
Honestly, yeah, I'm going to try and stream after dinner, I think. Just depends if I feel like it. However, if you want feedback on your levels, if you go in the description, there's a Discord link, and you can join a server that me and my friend own. There's a feedback channel there, and, you can ask for feedback, there, off stream. But yeah. But honestly, that's one of the main reasons I do this, because I feel like a lot of level request streamers, they're like, oh, this is amazing, this is really good, you could just add, a little bit more deco, maybe focus a bit more on the sync, when the level is like something straight out of recent tab. But I feel like people are just too nice and they're not as like constructive with their criticism and things like that. A lot of in this level, it's lacking a lot in the sync department. And another thing that I notice a lot of newer, somewhat creators do, when they use camera triggers, they tend to zoom it out a lot to just kind of do that. But gets really empty and things like. Please enable requests. No, I have the request paused. I have request paused because I'm gonna be ending stream after I finish giving feedback to these requests. I will try to stream after dinner, and I am gonna probably be streaming on Friday, but I'm not doing any more requests for the rest of the stream. Alright, next level, we have 1.0 by SCP. I'm guessing this is gonna be a 1.0 CC. Yep, that's what I was guessing. You've been in chat a lot, actually. You've been waiting for this, so thank you for sticking around. Okay. For 1.0 CC, this is really solid so far. Okay. Just similar color scheme to, what is it, X-Step? I love X-Step. I love the color scheme in X-Step. I completely looked away from my screen. That's why I died there, alright? We're not counting that. I just completely looked away from the screen. Seems balanced. Sync seems to be there. Good fake. Okay. That's good. That's actually good. I like how you started incorporating the port. Okay, personally, one thing that I do have a problem with, when there's coins like this, it seems like you actually have to go the coin route. What I would do to change this is I would make the coin route down here, because you can't really see that far down here. But the first thing you immediately see is this right here, so it's a lot easier to just jump up here and go for this coin. What I would do is I would just bring the coin down here, because if you look, hold on, let me, if you look, immediately, you're like, okay, you're gonna have to jump here and go there. That seems like it's the normal route, but if you drop down, then the coin could be down there, and you could just make a slightly harder jump. Like you could do, like put a spike or something to make that jump a little bit harder. Other than that, that's that. Good coin. Wait, hold on. Let me see if that's possible with like a larger spike. If it's possible to put a larger spike here, like this spike right here, if you're able to put that there, it would be a lot better to put this here, because it makes it look even less possible. Makes it look even less possible. But that's a good coin. Honestly, that first coin is like the only real thing that I've had a problem with so far. That feels a bit out of place because you never really threw in the, yeah, you notice how easy the coin was? Everyone you requested to got that coin immediately? Yeah, that's really, since this is a 1.0 thing, I can't really do it. Okay, give me a second, Paladin. It's a cat. But yeah, one thing that since this is a 1.0 style thing, I can't really do too much criticism because it's 1.0 style. You can't go too crazy with, like, representation and things like that. But this is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty readable. Like, it's good at telegraphing where the player needs to go and all that. Wait, there's a third coin? I must have missed it. I think it was in the ship? Hold on. One thing I think you should have done, again, is that at the end, you kind of threw in those fake yellow pads. I feel like you could have done that again. It would make a lot more sense if you did, like, another yellow pad corridor. I'm guessing there's coin in here. I forget if there was. Yeah, it was up here. Yeah, okay, yeah. I just completely forgot about that coin. But yeah, this is pretty good. Poorly moth thing. Alright, we have Dioma. This one I've already played before. I have no clue if it changed anything. The third, there's no requests on right now. Queue's paused. I have. Is that? Yeah, it says the queue is paused. Hold on, let me use a different word, because paused makes it seems like it's gonna resume. I'm gonna do queue. Queue is locked. Queue is locked. Queue is locked. No more. Let me change the size of the text. Ah, why is it like... Hold on. There we go. That should be better. That should be better. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Level builder, I literally said there are no... Dude, there are literally no more requests. I've said this multiple times. No matter how much you request the, No matter how much you request your level, it's not going to be, Hold on. It's not going to be, in the queue, because there's... Alright, we have 3 more levels. It's requested by Hydraniac. Oh, it's verified by Hydraniac. Oh, cool. Beat it in like 15... Oh, I think I know what level this is. I think I know what level this is. Okay, that was weird. Why is the structure like that? Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, this structuring is good. Okay. Okay, it seems like it's... Yeah, it's 9 circles inspired. This is good so far. Structuring is good. I like the fakes. Wait, what? Oh, that's a... You hit that portal. That's a little weird, but it's fine. This structuring is pretty good, actually. I like this a lot. I like the brick structures that are, like, resting below. I'm gonna steal this because I can never use slopes on the underside of structures well. I don't know what it is. Every time I do it, I think it looks so dumb. Every time I do it, I think it looks stupid. Ah. Okay, that was really fast.
Yes.
I was not expecting that. Let me turn the music up. I can barely hear this. Alright, let me see. Also, ignore the top 2. Those ones are actually not there. I don't know what... Actually, I'm just going to manually remove those because those ones I've already played. There we go. And I've already played the one from T, so technically there's only 2 left. And then for the duration, for the rest of the stream, I'm going to keep the title the same, but I'm going to put in the little text thing that there's no more level requests. I'm just keeping the title the same because when I change the title, it kind of is hard to look back at the stream. The wave structuring is actually so fire. The slope structures in these waves, that's actually really nice. I'm going to steal this. I am stealing this. I'm stealing this. I'm stealing that, using those 3D lines. And whatever those little blocks are on the underside. Okay, oh, shut up!
What?
Agent just played a soundboard, it was a fine boom. I suck at wave, give me a second.
I thought I pressed...
I suck at wave, give me a moment.
I pressed the soundboard. Remember this?
That was really good, that portal usage there. I like that. That click is a little weird. Oh, are you supposed to be like upside down? Yes, you are. Okay. Oh, come on. Warp the blocks before I do the 3D? Alright. I don't really do warping a ton. I like the repetition with these dash orbs.
There you are.
The structuring is pretty good. One thing I don't like though sometimes is the dash orbs. Like that pink dash orb previously that there was there, where it's like immediate S block. I'm not the biggest fan of that because it looks like you don't click that. Like I get the gimmick once it's established, but it really looks Like, it would make a lot more sense if you use that gimmick way earlier on in, like, an easier section to establish that, like, if a dash orb looks like that, then it's gonna do that specific thing. Like, if it's like that, then it's a normal dash orb, but if it's warped directly upwards or something like that, then it'll immediately cancel out with, like, an S block. It would make a lot more sense if that was established earlier on, but it's not. Oh, that's a mean ending. I like the structuring of this a lot, actually. I'm gonna save that for inspiration. Oh, that's mean. Coin. Okay, this ship is actually good. That's good. That's very good. I like that a lot. Alright, we are coming up on, I think, the last level. Alright. I think this is the last level, and please tell me my PC didn't just shit the bed. Oh no. Why is LokiBot not... Can you guys hear me? I hope the stream isn't bugging out. Why is LokiBot not working? Oh no. Problem. You hear me? Okay.
What did you do?
I don't know. My entire... LokiBot just isn't working for some reason. LokiBot isn't showing. LokiBot won't load up again. Why are you like this? Why are you... Hello, LokiBot? Did you just die? I have to manually look up the ID.
I guess I have an idea. About to take a fight, right?
Alright.
Dude.
I have to look up the ID manually. Your second level should be last. Alright. Alright, this is the last one, I think. Alright. Another 1.0 style, it seems. Oh, wait, did yours not go through? Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Buruk, what is it? Is your level XL? Is your level XL? That's my question. Because I have restrictions on platformers and XLs. I can do one more. I'll do yours if it's an XL, but that's the only one I'm gonna do. Because you just added it, and I guess... Maybe, but I don't know. Apparently you said yours was in before, I think? I don't know. Hold on. Let me scroll up and see. Let me see if you got in here before I... No, you got here, like, later on after the, You got here later on after the... Level Builder! For the love of God, you are wasting your time. I'm gonna be totally honest, you're wasting your time. If you want your level to be played, you're not gonna get it played on this stream, alright? But if you want next, if you want your level to be played specifically like by me or something, if you want actual feedback on it, you can join the Discord server linked in the description. That's ran by me and a friend of mine. And there's a feedback channel there if you actually want feedback. But if you just want it to be posted here and you just want to see me play it or something like that, then wait until like either after dinner today in like a few hours or until Friday, because I'll be streaming on Friday. I might stream after dinner, but it just really depends on how I'm feeling. Anyways. Alright, 1.0 level. Oh, also, what is it? SCP, have you heard of, what is it? There's a 1.0 level that I really like, actually made by someone who is another level crest streamer, but he also chimes into my streams a bit. It's called Cove by Netflix. It's such a cool level. I think you should honestly check it out. If you like making 1.0 stuff a ton, I think his level Cove would be really good inspiration. It has some really good ideas. Okay, this is kind of. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Don't see that often. You don't see like full gameplay or something like that a lot. I will say it at the. What was it? It's at the beginning. It's at the first chip. Where is it? I do think that it could be a little bit more detailed, like on the bottom here, with like maybe a few more spikes. But other than that, it's still pretty good. Because the ship parts feel a little empty compared to like the cube sections. Because there's not really anything on the ground. And then in the cube section here, like there's stuff covering the air. That's a little blind, but I mean, I guess you can see that, so that kind of makes sense. So, looks fine, I guess. Okay. Good fake. I would have preferred if it was introduced a little bit earlier, because it feels a little bit weird that it's just randomly there. Same with that yellow orb. Usually when doing fakes, you want to build off of something that's kind of already established in a way. Which I actually intend to do that for. All right, well that's all levels. I just
watched you die at the last jump 3 times.
Shush. Speaking of like established fakes, I actually need to add like some more established fakes into like this first part of
Unnamed
this level.
55.
Yeah, and unnamed 55. I need to add more of the. Let me make it so that way you actually have to click like.
This is a PSA. On Steam, the Lego Batman Trilogy Pack is currently $5.
Alright, let me... You sent the showcase on Discord. Oh! Okay, alright, hold on. I'm guessing you joined the neighborhood. Did you? Let me see. Let me see.
Also, yeah.
Check.
Uno
Welcome.
Ultimate Edition is $16.
We've had okay, he's in here. Alright, I'll see. I'll check it out. Planet of Corruption. Actually, I'll see this. Hold on. Let me see this. Alright, immediately this is different from a lot of tough ones I see. However, the structuring is a bit awkward, I will say. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to watch this full thing. I'll have to do that on my own time. Tomorrow is like a later day for me. And my class tomorrow is stats, but I've already done, like, 2 weeks worth of homework, so I'm, like, 2 weeks ahead. So I could probably just, like, watch some of that in class with, like, earbuds on or something. But, yeah. Is that the Giggle Wiggle Dash guy? Also, welcome to the stream, the Sussy Bearded Dragon Official. There are no requests on. I'm gonna change the stream title. Stream took 20 times more time than watching / reviewing Pockworld, but whatever. Yeah, it's 12 minutes, but... Okay, alright. Just to show you how, like, much of a stickler I am, or, like, when I go in depth on giving feedback and things like that. So, you've watched Blizzard, right? I'm pretty sure you mentioned that you watched Blizzard. Not 12 minutes, 6 minutes. Okay, alright. I'll watch it, though. I'll watch it, though, in my free time, after stream. Oh, 634 has a frame perfect counter. Okay. If you haven't, go watch Blizzard, because this is my best layout. I'm gonna drag this to the end of the earth. Go watch it, guys. But, I'm just gonna say this. For, what, like 10 seconds of gameplay, I'm writing a script for a video where I basically talk about everything that went into Blizzard, why I made it that way, the theming, the representation, like how much effort went into this. I have written 2 pages, and I'm not even to here. I'm not even to this dashboard. I'm not even here. I've written 2 pages, just like talking about all the note. Yeah, I've written 2 pages, and I'm like 15 seconds in.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut your fucking mouth!
Shut up.
Shut your fucking mouth!
My bad. What? Why did it break? Why did it break? That you just signed. Right, it's filled with sign up move triggers. You did watch it already. You just
I'm over here stroking.
Wait, what? You did watch? It's just filled with sign out move triggers. With wait, what? What do you mean sign out move triggers? Where? Like. That's why layouts. Yeah, I rarely use move triggers. The only real like move triggers I have in this layout is actually this floor gimmick that I use, which is meant to. Every single structure moves like in my layout, because not every every single structure does not move. The only thing that's moving is this. That's the only thing that's moving. If you're talking about Blizzard, then none of the structures actually move. The only moving thing is this floor gimmick. It just gives the illusion that other stuff is moving. It's just the floor that's rising. That's the only thing that's moving. That structure is just kind of tied to the... But it's just anything that's this floor gimmick, really. That's, like, really the only thing that moves throughout this entire layout. The other thing that I'm guessing you're referencing is these structures. The only thing that I did for those structures... Holy crap, flashbang. Sorry, let me turn that off. The only thing I did for that is 3. I just did enter move, enter rotate, and enter scale. I never moved any of the actual structures using, like, move triggers. Any movement that you're seeing is probably either the camera moving, something else moving, like the floor gimmick that I use, or... Yeah, like the camera. Because I rarely move anything. Like... Move here. This is. Oh, this was for that block and that dash orb. That's what moves there. And then if I can find the other. I know there's like one more move trigger. I think. I'm not certain. But I don't use any move triggers. There's this. This was What was this? I forget what this was. I forget what 6,000 was. I honestly forget what the group 6,000 was. Let me see. Find it. 6,000. I completely forget what this was. What was this? Oh, it's the particle. Yeah, this particle here. Yeah. The shaders do the trick. Yeah, the shaders... If it looks like I'm actually manually moving all the structures, I did not. I didn't move any structures except for, like, a block that makes a dash orb, like, do that curve movement, or the floor gimmick in the beginning. That's the only thing. I never use, like, any move triggers to move actual structures other than the one that's, like, tied to the floor gimmick in the beginning. I rarely ever use move triggers because usually that's mainly for, like, effect layouts. It can be used for, like, if there's a level that's themed around, like, and it has a specific theme for decoration in mind, then moving objects can be there. But I don't really use it because I think it's just a bit too much. Like, I prefer to keep my gameplay as simple as possible. But yeah. Also, I completely forgot to say, you're going. I'll see you later, SCP. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Sorry that I did not immediately reply. I was just rambling. But yeah, I don't really use any moving objects. Okay, what am I gonna do now? What to do? Let me check my phone, make sure I get in. Oh, I have to go for dinner now. That's actually working. Okay. Apparently I'm having dinner now. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream. I may stream in a little bit, in a few hours. I might do another level request stream if I'm feeling like it. Oh, never mind. As Paladin said, I'm not doing another stream. But if I feel like it, I might do another stream. That's if I feel like it. But more likely than not, I would not count on another level request stream tonight. You know, I'll just give this level a like before I end the stream. I'm not gonna be able to play it because requests are off, but I'll give it a like. Actually, I'll check it out very quickly. Is this the ID?
Famous last words.
Built in 1.5 hours. Let me just see if this is... It's just like VSC. I'll give it a like. Why not? But It's just like VSC inspired, whatever. But yeah, I'll just give it a like, but I'm not really gonna give feedback on it because I need to go. That is gonna be all for the stream. Let me just, bam.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go call. Hold on. Be back.
Oh, all right.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go. But yeah, see you.
Yeah, see you. See you guys.
So
alright,
gonna
let me
go.
leave the
Goodbye.
call. Okay. Okay, let me just close out of everything. Make sure everything is like working. Oh, I didn't get to Shadow's level. Oops, forgot about that. But whatever. That's gonna be no. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm ending stream anyways, and I'm keeping the title the same. However, Henry, if you do want to get a level, if you do want feedback, as I've been repeating a million times, but I may do another stream later tonight. But if maybe that's a pretty big if. More likely than not, I'm going to stream Friday. I'm trying to stream a bit more. I've been meaning to get back into streaming some more. So if you want feedback, you can if you want feedback, just no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter to you if it's played on stream or whatever. You can join the Discord server in the description below, and there's a feedback channel there. And I'll be there, and I'm in that server. I help run it with my friend. But there's a feedback channel there. I can give feedback. Just don't expect it to be immediate. I still am doing stuff on my own. But if you want it to be viewed like on a stream or something like that, and you want me to actively give feedback while playing it, then just chime into my stream on Friday. I'm gonna try to stream then. So, yeah. But that's gonna be it for the stream. Yeah. That's gonna be it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I haven't streamed in a bit. I'm sorry about that. I've been meaning to stream more, and I actually enjoyed the stream. So, let me just... Right. Okay. Transition. What is this thing? There, let me do this. There we go. Alright. Alright. There we go. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for... Yep. Alright. Yeah, that was my dad. Get my attention. Well, that's gonna be it for the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I actually had a lot of fun. Get into it if you don't care if I'm... I am going for dinner, Shadow. Shut up. I'll be on after, okay? Don't yell at me. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, one sec, let me just... Alright, well, that's gonna be it. Thanks for stopping by.